And do not grieve the Holy Spirit of God, with whom you were sealed for the day of redemption. Ephesians 4 and verse 30. Demystification of the Holy Spirit. This is very powerful. Paul is teaching us something about the Holy Spirit. He is saying, we have received the Holy Spirit of God, with whom one were sealed. Number two, for the day of redemption. Those are two things. This is what Paul is telling us. The moment the Holy Spirit comes upon you, he seals you. Sealing, it's like putting a mark. It's like you become set apart and preserved. One thing you need to understand, after the fall of Adam through Eve and serpent, it kind God lost humanity, or humanity lost God. Either lost each other. And from that moment, it kind the devil started to have an upper hand of ownership of mankind. That's why you notice after Adam fell, if you look at everything that followed thereafter, Satan corrupted every generation. No matter how God tried to bring himself on board, look at all of them. There's only one guy called was it Enoch? He was not corrupted by the system, and God took him away and went with him. And the Bible students see Enoch as a typology. Even if you look like somebody like Moses, is it Moses? Elijah? He didn't sin, and he was taken away by the Lord. If you look at those two gentlemen, they have a type of Christ in them, with no sin and taken away by God. Moses' sin was only anger. Just the way Jesus Christ became angry in the temple. But if you look at those three gentlemen, Enoch, Moses, and Elijah, they have something that is similar to Jesus Christ. That they walked with God, they served God, and they went with God. Enoch was no more. The way Jesus just left us. Moses was buried by God, and nobody can ascertain indeed, because there was no human being who was there. That was by revelation of the Holy Spirit, that he was buried by God through Archangel Michael. And Elijah just went literally. He just went literally with the vehicles of heaven, and he just went with his suit, but he gave Elijah his coat. But these are people that you can say they couldn't live any life outside the sealed one. That's why you notice when you get born again, you can backslide and get forgotten. But when you get born again and you are filled with the Holy Spirit, no matter what you do in this life, God cannot lose you. Do you know why? You have a seal of the Holy Spirit. Seal of owning you. That God can even challenge Satan head on. Satan asking, this one belongs to me. And Jesus telling Satan, this person has a seal. That's why Satan is asking for the body of Moses. And Jamaica is telling him, may God rebuke you, for you don't know who Moses is. This is a man with a seal of God, as a faithful servant. He has seen God face to face. And as we bear the same seal. Seal of we belong to God. Even if that is what you notice, there are people in this life, you define them in the worst of the sins, and others, when you go through the same sin, they get it destroyed in that sin. But this kind of a person is going through that sin, but it's as if that sin is a school. It's like they have gone there in that college, so their sinning is like a school. You don't understand it, because this person bears a seal. A person with the seal of the Holy Spirit, number one, becomes peculiar. He is different from all other human beings. Number two, he is indestructible. You can't destroy that person. Number three, that person is imperishable. That person cannot expire according to your wishes. And a person with the seal of the Holy Spirit, that person is immortal. They can't die just because you want them to die. They will live here, they will continue to live until you get bored and discouraged by them keeping on appearing before your presence. Because they are sealed for the day until the day of redemption. These are the kind of the people that a time will come of entering into heaven, and you shall see people entering into heaven, and you say that one is not qualified to enter heaven. You didn't know they were bearing a seal of redemption, a seal of deliverance, a seal of salvation, a seal of liberation, a seal of rescue, sealed by the Holy Spirit for the day of redemption. For the day of redemption. And each of us has the day of reckoning. But a person who has received the Holy Spirit is sealed. That person is marked. That person is set apart, is consecrated, is taken out of the people. Yes, you are here with other human beings, but you have a seal. You have a seal that distinguishes you from them. That's why you remember Joseph. When Pharaoh looked at him, he told his cabinet, where can we find another man like this one, in whom there is a spirit of the living God? So meaning Joseph, even if they could have looked for another person to do that job, they couldn't find. Why? Joseph was bearing the seal of the Spirit in him. And that is what distinguished Jesus Christ from the other Pharisees and the teachers of the law. That's why they came, they said, no, but he teaches with wisdom, and his word is with authority. He is not like our teachers of the law. When the Holy Spirit is on you, you walk with a seal of God. You are completely preserved. That seal makes you indestructible. That seal makes you immortal. That seal makes you imperishable. Because it is a seal of the Holy Spirit that has sealed you for the day of the redemption, for the day of glorification, for the day of manifestation, for the day of your promotion, for the day you shall know that the Lord is God in your life. As long as you have the Holy Spirit with you, that one guarantees you that the Lord one day he will come in your life and